Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning on this cold Wednesday morning, 34 degrees, not too much wind, not too shabby. We're supposed to get a foot to a foot and a half of snow on Sunday and Monday, so that's awesome. But yeah, the only thing missing is the St. Bernard. Hmm. So, what did we have last night in the NHL? I had seen the scores earlier. Kind of a mixed bag, a little bit of help. I can cope us into the playoffs today. So, let's see. We had the Canadians beating the Wild. They won't stop winning. The Senators beat the Blue Jackets. That can't be good. The Lightning beat the Sharks because, of course, the Bruins lost to the Stars. That helps. The Sabres beat the Preds. That doesn't help. The Jets beat the Blues. Excuse me. The Devils beat the Oilers. Kings over the Rangers, where that puts us now tied with the Sens at 53 points at the bottom of the division. But we do have a game in hand on them. We are 5 points out of the 8th seed, who is Boston. But we had 2 games in hand on them. And let's see. Anybody else? Well, yeah, there's the Devils at 54 points and the Capitals at 54 points and the Flyers at 54 points. So we're right there. Still just breathing. I don't know if we're in a coma yet, but we're still breathing on our own right now. Hey, Bucks, how you doing? Colin, Mikula, and Reinhardt not at practice today. Marchand was on the rush lines today with the top line. So I guess that's going to be proof that Maurice once again watches the recaps, because that's what I told him to do. I said put Marchand on the top line and let Reinhardt rest. Of course, if he does it for a game, that would be fantastic. Jeff Hapley's going to have a press conference at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I was going to do a video on that whole situation, Colin, but I kind of wanted to wait to hear what he has to say and combine it all with the general manager hiring. Because right now, the main opinion I have on the whole thing is, okay, let's see. You know what I mean? So I at least want to hear what he had to say. Like when Maurice had his introductory press conference, I was very, very happy. So yeah. Scientist says Meekland and Reinhardt are fine for tomorrow, confirmed by Maurice. Marchand to be determined for the road trip. Dang it. You sent me an updated version of the Excel file. It's now way more user friendly. Okay, gotcha. Appreciate that. I haven't got a chance. There's a couple of you waiting for emails back for me. I had something happen in my personal life yesterday. Everything is fine, but I just had something I had to take care of, family related. So I didn't get to do much of anything yesterday afternoon. Tonight, 7:00. I'm going to be live one way or form or another. I don't know if I'm going to do a game or just come on live. Maybe let you guys join in. I haven't decided yet. See how my head feels, because I'm still fighting off this headache. But I am going to be live tonight at 7:00, one way or another. I'll leave a community post, let you guys know. I don't need to type numbers anymore. Just change the letters in the player status column. Oh, okay, great. Appreciate that, scientist. Thank you, bud. Gotcha. Oh, I can't wait to use it. I appreciate that. Hey, Bucks. I don't know if any trades are really going to help us because we don't have any cap space. So we would have to send salary out to get salary in. Hungry says, anybody else wishing we got to play the old LTIR sandbox this season? Can you imagine? We could have kept Barkov, Kachuk, Kulikov, and Jones just off the ice for the rest of the year. And we would have gotten in McDavid and McKinnon and Celebrini and just Cale McCarr. We could have just had everybody on here. and then just have like the fourth line in the playoffs be like Lundell, Lusterine, and Marchand. Yeah, that would have been fantastic. Yeah, the LTR don't work no more. Exactly. Colin says, I have a feeling what Mikkola is dealing with is a nagging injury. I wouldn't mind him sitting for a game. That's what I was kind of hoping, Colin. But I suspect that maybe they're thinking there's going to be some downtime there. Even though he's going to the Olympics, there should be about a week and a half actually off the ice, I would think. So we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe not. Colin says, it's also interesting enough that Tkachuk hasn't played a regular season game with Marchand or Jones. Yeah, that's still wild. Scientist, breaking news, Seth Jones will not participate in the Olympics. That's good news for us, depending on his injury. Exactly. I didn't read Hungary's comment. I said it. It was psychic. It was psychic. So it's a shame for him, but that must mean he's not going to be back and ready. So, yeah. Real says if he's not injured, he can't be at the Olympics. He's probably out way longer than just the break. I mean, maybe it just means that he couldn't guarantee he'd be ready by then, or he didn't want to. I don't know. It could mean a million different things. It means, and we got Mikkola nursing something there too. It's like I almost guarantee it's a friggin' hamstring, man. Real says Jones is being replaced by Jackson Lacombe for Team USA. Adam Fox team injured, and Fox still won't be on the roster. Jesus. Is to say, yeah, I guess it's real. No, I didn't. The Chargers got McDaniel as offensive coordinator. Okay. Good job, Mike. Hey, Dana. Yes, Seth Jones is out for the Olympics. That's a shame for him. Selfishly, as a Panther fan, I just hope he's okay. Right? That's the biggest thing. David says McDaniel's gone from a brain-injured quarterback to a brain-challenged quarterback. I don't know, LH guy. I don't know about the ice. I heard a report like a week ago, and that's about it. It's very interesting. Yeah, exactly, Real. Good luck, Mike. Hey, Vincent, waiting for Bobrovsky goal this season. I mean, that would make the year, right? How you doing, David? Kenneth says, welcome, McDaniels. I hope you like bubble screens. Bubble screens. Bubble screens and what else? Yeah, there you go. Jameson says, Chargers fans, get ready for third long bubble screens for 2 yards. Oh, you're being generous, Jameson. Negative 2 yards. Remember, it's got to be a lateral, too. It can't just be. Oh, well. Kazuma says she had to see Charles Barkley interview on the Dad and Levitard show about hockey, making fun of him for calling Sergei Vodkowski. What? Oh, my God. I'll have to see that, Kazuma. Yeah, exactly, Real, and giving up on the run. David says Herbert's an absolute specimen, but man, he throws some atrocious, horrific picks. Without an O-line, I guess the ball will be out quick. Oh, the ball's going to be out quick. That's for sure. Well, hey, look, it could work. Maybe he'll make a good offensive coordinator if he's not, responsible for anything else. It could happen. Obviously, he's working with a quarterback with a different skill set. So Beck says, question, where were we point-wise this time of year, 22-23 season? I like your thinking. Let's see. So what is this? This is January 21st. Jeez, 2023. Let's see. Here we go. No, that's the 23-24 season. So let's see. Is that real? No, not January 1st, January 21st. Hold on a second. Let me get to it. Okay, January 21st in the 22-23 season, we were 23, 20-5 with 51 points. And we are now 25, 20-3 with 53 points. So let me see. How many games is that? That's 43, 48. That's the same number of games we've played, right? Wow. So we've played the same number of games. We have 2 more points right now than we did that year. Also, that year we had scored 163 and allowed 163. We've now scored 146 and allowed 160. So that tells you a bit of the issue there. And yeah, so that's where we were. Boston was at 76. Toronto was 64. Tampa was 59. The wild cards at that point in time were Washington with 56 and Pittsburgh with 53. So we were only 2 points out. We were only 2 points out of the 8 seed that year, and there was nobody else other than the Islanders tied with us. So we were legitimately chasing, but there was nobody ahead of us in the chase. So we're in a worse spot right now. There's no way around it. We're in a worse spot. Jameson said we also had a mostly healthy Barkov and Kachuk in 23. Right. Oh, anything can still happen, no doubt. I missed some comments, so I'm scrolling back. The heated rivalry found the videos of Bob's fight. The comments are predictable. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, I think I'm going to just die from secondhand embarrassment. Yeah. It's a good question, Bex. Yeah, we didn't have half the team hurts. Oh, Metal, you checked last night. There you go. Vincent says, actually, we should keep Mikla and Forsling to rest. You can't really stop any of the Canadian guys because it's kind of a gimme for them this year with everybody else. I just would love to see an edict. Let's just hey, I'm not going to get political. Here, but Viola kind of is in with Trump a little bit. Can we get Trump to give us an executive order that doesn't allow any Florida Panthers to go to the Olympics? Any team, will make it retroactive. It can be any team, whoever won the cup the year before, their players are not allowed to go to the Olympics. Yeah, we could do that, right? I think everybody, no matter what side you're on, we could agree on that, right? Lucas says the Ottawa Senators heated rivalry survey sold out in the same day. Oh, Jesus. They caught us up in the standings. Hey, Skylar. No, we're making it, Olechka. It's gonna happen. Trent says for not making the playoffs, it's impossible. Lucas, yeah, well, I wouldn't subject Kyle to that. I wouldn't subject Kyle to that for sure. Yeah, I know, Bucks. The Lightning and Panthers, the last game before the Olympic break. That's going to be brutal. Lechka, yeah, exactly. I like Lechka's idea. Let's just have ice make the Panthers stay in the country. Don't let them out. Yeah, don't let them out. David says we should let Greenland rep USA in the Olympics. That too, yeah, Vincent. Sanctions on Italy. Yeah, somehow, some way. Real says we are making the playoffs, but we're winning the cup next year. Lucas has got a really good point. The Panthers are last place in their division with 53 points. The Ducks are in third place in their division with 53 points. Son of a bitch, that's why I don't look at the Western Conference. Will you look at that? Jeez. And the Sharks are in the 8th seed with 53 points. Dang. Yeah. That's crazy. And it's almost a duplicate, too. Now, the Ducks have played one more game. They're 25-21-3 and a negative 12 goal differential. The Panthers are 25-20-3 with a negative 14 goal differential. It's the same team. Aleshka says, well, how about we ain't making the playoffs, but we're winning the cup this year? Because apparently Bettman loves us. Yeah, they'll make an exception for us. That's what will happen. David says, by the next Olympics, we should have Greenland and Alberta for states 51 and 52. I seen something about, I saw a headline. That's all I know. Something with Alberta voting and they might become the 51st state. Is that real? I kind of laughed out loud. I mean, flag sales would go through the roof. Fusion says West is on easy mode this season while the East is on veteran mode. Yeah. Yeah, Kachucking around. Stanley Cup playoffs get suspended due to military invasion of Greenland. Oh, my God. Oh. Communist says last year's Cup winners automatically make the playoffs. I thought when we won the first 3 games of the season, I thought that was it. I thought if you won 2 cups in a row and then you win your first 3 games of the season, now it's 3 cups in a row. Apparently, I was wrong. They had a referendum to become independent. Huh. Zuma, the problem is even if we win every game and everyone else keeps winning, if they don't lose, it won't matter. So, yeah, we're still making it. Bob promised me. Real says, how about this? We aren't making the playoffs, but they break a piece off the cup and give it to us because everyone knows it's not a complete win without us there. Kenneth, yeah, they were going to expand the playoffs in the NFL to let the Chiefs in as a 6-11. Can we give our players some stimulants before game? I think they put stuff in their nose. Not that kind of stuff, but you know what I mean. So you've read that Alberta may actually vote to cede from Canada? Huh. If they start doing that, I mean, wouldn't states start seceding from the United States? Alberta becomes a state. McDavid gets held hostage by the USA. Lucas says the issue with the Atlantic Division being more stacked than the Pacific and Metro combined, it should have been addressed years ago. I don't know what you could be able to do. Like, yeah, I mean, well, with the Canadian teams, right? But I mean, who could have talked about, like, who thought the Jets, my God, the Blues have a negative 50 goal differential. Good Lord. Is Bob going to Vegas? No. Quebec has done it twice and failed both times. Hungry. I like Beck's idea. Alberta becomes the 51st state. Oilers win the cup. Canada still has a cup drought. Yes. That would kind of bookend the whole thing. Well, remember, Colorado won that cup against us in 96, the first year after they had moved from Quebec. That would be a nice bookend 30 years later, Bex. Quebec wanted to become its own country. Hey, Praga. How you doing, buddy? In terms of Mikla, he's supposed to be okay for tomorrow. That's what we're hearing. Chuckin says we should trade to get our picks back, then tank for the lottery. We'd never make it that. We're never going to make it that far down. We don't have. But you want to trade to get the picks back? No, I think that ship sailed. Hey, blue shirt, fire Drury. I know. It is what it is, right? I mean, I always thought the Rangers, I thought you guys panicked last year. That was my thought. But then now I don't know at this point. Without Shesterkin, but a lot of teams without their elite goaltender, The Rangers they did the worst thing in the world is they got just a little bit too old before they got too. It's just bringing in JT Miller. The whole thing just was kind of mismanaged in my opinion. Hold on. Hey, Bex. All right, bud. Appreciate you, bud. Hey, Olechka, I live in a blue state. The state of Maryland is really two states, like a lot of states. That side of the bay is blue. This side of the bay is red with a teeny, tiny pocket of blue, which is the college town that's about 15 minutes away. But it's completely two different states, which happens a lot. Hunger says tanking after an injury-filled season is what ruined the Panthers after 2016. Yep. Vincent says if Jones were to come back on the 27th, we could see a trade in coming days. But now, wake up, Bill, do something. I don't know what we're supposed to do, though, Vincent. I mean, you know the numbers. I mean, we can joke about trading Samoskevich all we want, but he doesn't clear any space. So, I don't know who we're supposed to let go, what we're supposed to do. Like when the team is healthy, we're still the best team in the league. Rangers are going to trade Panarin, probably. Hey, Jameson. Yeah, they probably will. I hope they trade him to the Western Conference. Hearing Tampa looking to make a move at the deadline, I suspect we'll see some moves here before the Olympic break. Brockett says, after watching us play the Ducks and the Sharks, I say the Panthers are on their way to becoming the next Penguins. No, not yet. Slow. You got to remember, if we were playing this way because everybody was 33 and on the ice, I could understand that. But at this point now, Praga, Barkov, I mean, Tkachuk is back, but it's mostly been Barkov, Tkachuk, then Marchand, Kulikov, now Jones, Nosek, Gadjevich. I'm pretty sure I'm missing somebody, right? There's still more guys. It's just been impossible. It's not the same team, unfortunately. Kachuk says Jones can't return before the Olympics. He needs to miss 10 games. No, I thought they put him on LTIR retroactive. Hold on a second. Hold on, let me look at that. I thought they put him on LTIR retroactive. Come on, Puckpedia. Load. Why is this page taking forever to load? Okay. Seth Jones. Does it say when he's eligible to return? That's his whole ass contract. Yeah, it's not telling me when. It's not showing me when he can come back at all. Unfortunately, on Puckpedia, it's not showing me for some reason when he can come back. David says, so anyone else think they're having so many commercials during games to get us ready to have all games streamed on a pay-per-view platform? I'm telling you, at some point, I always say this. I just, every once in a while, I say it again because when it happens, you all heard it here first. But I guarantee that at some point, the NFL is going to put out a regular season game where the first half is streamed on one platform and the second half is streamed on another platform. 2 platforms you have to pay for. I guarantee those bastards are going to do that. It's going to happen. I can't imagine why we would be in on Panarin. He's useless for what we do. I agree with Craig. Stand pat and let it ride with the band they got. He was in the line. Praga, he's asking about Marchand. He was in the line rushes on the top line today, but we didn't hear anything for sure yet. Panarin to the Isles would be fun. That would make sense. Hey, Deputy Donut. Sorry, man. Hey, JC. Was retroactive to the 3rd, right? So I think he can come back. It's 10 games or 30 days. Is that what it is? So he won't be back before the break. I think that's clear. So whatever it is that's wrong with him, I guess they feel like he needs the rest of the time to heal. So hopefully Mikola's leg can hold out. Can we keep him home from the Olympics too? And what about Reinhart? Can somebody just kidnap Reinhart after the last game? In fact, the last game is going to be in Tampa, right? And he's playing for the Canadian team. Now, don't we have enough Lightning fans in Tampa that are patriotic enough and dislike the Panthers enough to kidnap Reinhart so he can't go to the Olympics? But treat him nicely. Get him massages. Let him just sit. Get him a hyperbaric chamber. You have to let him rest. But can we not get that pulled off? Okay, JC. You talking on email or on? I don't want to play it now. I'll have to check it out. All right, I'll have to check that out, JC. Jameson says, I think we'll see a flurry of trades for the Olympics. We'll give new players plenty of time to move and get to know new city and teammates. Won't it be weird if like somebody like is on the, plays for one team and then goes to the Olympics and now they play for the other team? It's probably going to happen though. Science says, so since Jones won't be coming back longer than expected, do I think Zito will make any moves before the roster freeze? I hate to give you the same answer, but I don't know what we can do. Like we had to put Jones on LTIR to make cap space for Chucky. right? And so I don't know, man. Like we're having enough trouble trying to figure out how to actually ice the team that we would have. Like I don't know how we would fit anybody under the cap unless they pulled the plug on Barkov, because we'd have to send salary out, and we can't afford to send any salary out because half of the guys with salary are already injured. I don't know who we would trade that would how we could do it. It's an absolute. I mean, what this season has turned into in terms of just injury luck and cap issues, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. Braga says Jones had to be a broken collarbone if you saw the play. We saw it, yeah. Brian Daboll is the top choice for the Bills. Panarin is Bob's best friend. And Braga says Panarin to the Ducks and they take the West. Yeah. Tarasenko said Bob tried to get him and Panarin down here. I mean, the only way you're talking about getting Panarin is if Barkov's not coming back. That's a no-brainer. I mean, he's still obviously a viable player. You know what I mean? He's a -16, so I ain't exactly thrilled about that. But the reason why I say that is because his contract, even at half the price, I mean, you're talking about 5.75-ish million for a rental. There's no way unless Barkov's not coming back. What are you going to do? Send him for Hagee? I mean, you'd have to send a player making, $5-6 million back the other way. I just don't understand how he would do it. Colin says the only move to make is trading Jay Boats to free up some space for the cap for the playoffs. That's about it. Braga says we don't need Panarin. He's fading, and he isn't a D-minded forward. Alechka says, why would we want to bring the awful energy to our roster? He's been a ghost in the playoffs. Yeah, exactly, Kachuk. And Reinhardt's playing to Italy will be grounded at the ice facility for 2 weeks. Let's go. You and I both. Hey, Dietrich. Yeah, the Marshy, Chucky, and Bennett line. It could happen, too. Don't tell the Tampa coach we're kidnapping Reinhardt. It's got to happen. Prague says, Boquist would relieve a small amount of cap. I'm ready to part with Swaggy. He's been on the skids for the last 2 seasons. He tries, but his shot percentages tank. The regular season, yes, Praga. But even though he went that way in the regular season last year, he had more points than Conn Smythe Bennett in the playoffs last year. So while I agree with what you're saying in the regular season, he already proved last year that he's still a tremendous asset in the playoffs. And Samoskevich hasn't exactly taken his spot. If Samoskevich had 15, 20 goals at this point, maybe you could say, okay, we're good. But that's not been the case. As much as I like Samo, you have to roll. I just don't know that it would be viable. And plus, they all got no move clauses anyway, so they'd have to waive them. Dietrich, is it finally okay to start dooming? No. And Alechka's wrong. You guys are going to make me do something I never do. You guys are going to make me do something I don't really do. So beautiful. And yeah, we lost the game. We're going to lose more games. We're still going to make the playoffs. I promise. I promise. Bubba wants me to guarantee that we're making the playoffs. He says he's pissed off. He's sick of this shit, and we're making the playoffs. So the puppets are saying that we're making the okay. All right, we're making the playoffs. Bubba says, here's what it is. Oh, the puppets have spoken. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Hungry knows. Hungry knows. The Sasha puppet told Bob to say that. I'm just saying. We're making the playoffs. Do not give up. Exactly, Dietrich. Vincent. Oh, I hadn't thought about it that way, Vincent. We won't talk about it that way. I mean, Dennis says, would Bob gaslight me for all the stares I gave him lately? Alechka, please, she says, please be honest. How confident am I at this point? So here's what I'll tell you, Alechka. I'm being drop dead serious. I am being 100% serious. When that happens to me, that is not acting. You can call me crazy for hearing voices in my ear. That's fine. Ask Colby. If Colby's here, Colby will tell you about the voices in my ear. We're making the playoffs. We're making the playoffs. I'm being dead serious. Yeah, Forsling needs to be on a no-fly list too. Vincent. Oh. Yeah, Deadly. I see you there, man. You guys got a good return for Anderson, though. You did get a good return. That's okay, Aleshka. That's okay. That's fine. You don't have to apologize. It's all right. I won't even say I told you so when it happens. They're making the playoffs. I don't know. I don't have any. I used to say this a lot. I don't have any genuine hockey reasons. It's just I was talking and Bob interrupted me and made me promise. So that's what it is. They saying Bussy has a chance to win the Vezina. Scientist says, according to an article I read, it looks like it wasn't up to Jones on whether he could play in the Olympics or not. They just went ahead and replaced him with Lacombe. That probably, yeah, it was Team USA's call, so it doesn't necessarily mean he won't be back before. They probably just wanted to make sure, you know, if you didn't want to have a Kachuk situation, right, where the dude showed up. No, I'm fine. Oh, damn, I can only play for 5 minutes. So it sucks for him, but it is what it is. Oh, 100% deputy. I think Jameson would agree. Jameson is our resident Canucks fan, Panthers fan. It's definitely time for a rebuild. Kenneth says they're making the playoffs. Didn't guarantee they'd show up, play well, or third cup, but it's something. He's there. Exactly, Kenneth. No, there was silence on the results. I didn't ask, but they're getting in. Frog says Kane saw Bussy playing for the Cats this preseason and they grabbed him. Bussy's playing great, but Tarasov looks very solid. Hope they keep him. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where you bring him in, and I mean the dude we've talked about this. He had so much experience previous to this. What is he? He's 18-3. Now his save percentage is not like knock your socks off. He's 18-3 with a 2.20 and a 906. I don't know if you can talk about Vezina at 906. Usually those guys are at least 9.25, right? So, I mean, to give you an example, which is kind of funny, I think Tarasov's save percentage is 905. So Bussy is 2.2 and a 906. Tarasov is 276 and a 905. So that extra half a goal a game that Tarasov is giving up is the difference between Bussy being 18-3 and Tarasov being 6-6. And that's crazy. You think we could have had a Bussy and Tarasov pairing? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Canucks have to do something. Craig says, look at last season. They coasted with a healthy team, and now this year with injuries being a few games off of last year, they'll be fine. 1,000%. Do I still have that up? Yeah. Why can't I go to the following year? Won't let me go to the following year. I can't. Hold on a second. That's weird. Yeah, we're only like two games off of the pace. Exactly. Hey, Jimmy Myers. I still think the Bruins aren't for real. Making the playoffs to me as a Bruins fan. I mean, they just keep winning games. If you want to help us out, which I know you Bruins fans feel bad for us Panther fans, stop winning. At least they lost last night. Appreciate that. What the Bruins are doing is winning the games that they should be winning. You know, and they're not allowing goals. 4-1 against the Flames, 10-2 against the Rangers, 1-0 against the Penguins, 3-0 against the Wings, 4-2 against the Kraken. Like they finally 5-2 against the Blackhawks. Before last night, my God, they had allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals in the previous 6 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Before last night, the Bruins had allowed 7 goals in 6 games. You're going to win almost, you're going to win your games, right? Hungry saying it's not even off a couple games anymore. Hold on a second. You sure? Let's see. Here we go. No, last year on this date, we were, is this right? Yeah. Last year on this date, we were 28, 17, and 3. That can't be right. That's too many games. Or no, that's right. Yeah. So now we're 3 games off the pace, actually, now Hungary is what it is. Last year on this day, we were 28, 17, and 3 with 59 points, but we were in second place. Tampa was in third place with 53 points last year on this date. And then you had Ottawa 52, Boston 52, Montreal 52, Columbus 51. So we've got the same. Last year at this point, we would have been in third place in the division. But yeah, the problem is everybody else hungry. I agree. David says, I think the way they rate goalies using save percentage is not correct. I get they have to have a metric, so it isn't a popularity contest, but all saves definitely are not the same. I completely agree there. I agree there. I mean, Emperor King, honestly, and I don't mean this in any sort of way, but it's like you just lose to the Oilers anyway. Like, it's kind of like, you know, if you're the Bills, why make the playoffs? You're just going to lose anyway, right? Would you guys be in a position, maybe not this year, though, because maybe this year, well, you'd have to play Vegas. Jeez. You might be better off skipping this year. You guys would either have to play Vegas or Colorado. Save yourself some money and not have to buy any tickets. Yeah, no, I agree there, Hungry, for sure. Hey, Sharky. Yeah. Sharks had a decent trip. 2 points out of those 4 games is just fine. All right, scientists, appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, I definitely will check that out this afternoon. So Cooch has entered the top 3 for scoring. Let's see. We don't do a lot of that around here. The scoring leaders. Let's see. So Colorado has 2 of the top 5 goalies. That's nice. So Vasilevsky at 218, Wedgwood 219, Bussy 220, Mackenzie Blackwood 226. Goals. Damn, Crosby has 26. He's so old too. McKinnon 38, McDavid 30, Robertson 29. Good thing we don't have Robertson on the team because that would suck. We don't want that. Let's see. Yeah, so it's McKinnon, McDavid, and then Cooch. How far down do we have to go to find a Panther? It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. There's the top 20. There's the top 30. Jesus. There's Sam Reinhart at 35 with Brad Marchand at 37 with 46 and 47 points. Still not bad. Colorado's got 2 in the top 10. Nietzsche's, man. McKinnon, McDavid, Cooch, Celebrini, Draisaitl, Rantanen, Scheifele, Pasta, Nietzsche, Kaprizov are the top 10. Crosby's at 15 at his age. That's insane. What about some unexpected names on the bottom of the list? Not too much. That's it. We've got 2 guys in the top 50, the Panthers. Is what it is. David, it's not on me. That's on Mrs. Jaws, man. It's Mrs. Jaws that needs to do that. Hey, Happy Sabres fan, stop it. Stop. Bad, 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 bad Buffalo fan. Bad. Stop. Please. Damn it. Shit. It's either that or can you guys just win enough to where you'd be in the top 3 spot and we could chase somebody else? Come on, man. You guys aren't supposed to be winning. What are you doing? You're disturbing the space-time continuum, Sabres fan. Yeah, Avs with the top scorers, the top goalies, exactly. Burned Oil says, I'm on team we make the playoffs too. Sounds good. I need around the playoffs to get to 10,000 subscribers, guys. Come on. Diehard Red Wings fan, are we seriously tied with the Lightning for first? Don't ask me, man. I just work here. Like, there's been a few teams, the Wings, the Sabres, the Bruins. There's been a few teams where just like as the season has gone on, it's like they're going to stop winning, right? They're going to stop winning, right? And you guys won't stop. Especially you guys, Detroit. What are you doing? It is frustrating. Nobody will stop winning. I mean, the team that is the only team right now in the Atlantic that is really, truthfully on the outs are the Rangers. They're 10 points out. They're pretty much cooked. I mean, the Jackets are still only 7 points out. That's the other worst team is the Jackets at 7 points out. So Jackets, Devils, Capitals, Flyers, Senators, Panthers, Leafs are all 7 teams within 7 points or less of the 8th seed. Lechka says, what are the top 2 teams you would like to see win the cup aside from Tampa? So San Jose, sure. For Nick, absolutely. Lechka, if you ever get a chance to watch the Urinating Trees video on the Sharks, it's rough. It's rough. Yeah, so if anybody deserves it, Sharks fans. So San Jose, and then in the East, least. I would least like to see to win the cup. Okay. That's my bad. Well, the Leafs. Do I mean that though? I don't know. Yeah. The Leafs can't win until we've won a few more. Like if we win 3 straight, okay, Toronto, go ahead, have fun. So maybe the Leafs. I've got too many friends that are Bruins fans, so I don't mind there. I'm thinking over here. The Avs and the Knights. The Avs and the Knights. Yeah, I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out. Yep. Colorado and Vegas. Yeah. For obvious reasons, Alechka. Yeah, Sharks Sabres would be awesome. I don't know how I don't know the ratings may not be so good with that one prologging. The ratings might not be great. Prague says the Avs have scored 190 goals and allowed something like 112 or plus 78. The Avs came to camp about losing in the playoffs last year. No doubt. No doubt. Oh, that's good. It's for you. It's the Leafs and Habs. Yeah, the Leafs would be on the list. Montreal, like I said, we've had different experiences, obviously. But for sure, Vegas or Colorado. Would I mind Tampa? It depends on the circumstances. Again, if we get our three-peat, we're just going to sleep next year. All right? We're just going to sleep. We're going to stream all the games, laying on the couch, smoking, just drinking. We're just be like, hey, I mean, like if we three-peat, just whatever. We'll just all take a year off. All the players take 2 months off at a time, rest, relax, and chill. Don't care who wins. Who wants to win? Everybody gets a cup. We don't care. We'll be generous. But what I would not be okay with is if Tampa was to eliminate Florida and then win a cup. I don't know. I don't know if I'm interested in that. A fatality. Yeah, you guys still have a chance. Happy says, I don't care. I just want the Sabres to make the playoffs. I know, bud. Says Josma, you really want to hear 25 cups for the next 30 years? Yeah, you might be right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. OJ says, I want Tampa just because it'd be a 7-game series this time. You think the Habs fan base will be so insufferable? Maybe. If Tampa eliminates us, they'd be alone, pretty much. It's getting to be that, you know what I mean? It's like, I've said that. I kind of feel like if the Panthers aren't there, Tampa should feel pretty damn good about their chances, especially with the way Vasilevsky's been playing. But don't forget, I'm not saying it's going to happen again. But last year, Vasilevsky was 2-1-8 and then 9-2-1 in the regular season with 6 shutouts, which is almost exactly his goal. It is exactly his goals against right now. However, come playoffs, he was a 3.27 and an 8.72. And the year before that in the playoffs, he was a 3.22 and an 8.97. And the year before that in the playoffs, he was 3.56 and 8.75. Now, I know Tampa's gotten better, but damn, that right there. This is an interesting question. Because those numbers, Vasilevsky, those last 3 years in the playoffs. Now, he didn't just suddenly suck. He didn't just suddenly lose it. Like he went through the whole regular season at a 2.18. So when I think about those numbers and I think about the circumstances of them ended up playing Florida and having things not go well for them and how the competition and the circumstances on the ice affected Vasilevsky's numbers. And he's proving now again in the regular season that he's just as good as he's always been. You can extrapolate a little bit from that in terms of Bobrovsky's numbers right now and the way it's looking like he's playing when you think about the situation on the ice and just the fact of just the absolute complete difference in the group of guys that are in front of him right now. Yes, we are, Alechka. Yes, we are. Oh, you're saying Tampa won't have enough gas. I still think it's going to take a miracle to eliminate us if we get in. If we're healthy, Lil J, I agree with you. Yeah, I'll agree there. All right, David. Yeah, you lived there for 20 years, Alechka. That makes sense. That makes sense. The Iser plan was a pain in the ass for me to wait so long and make the playoffs finally. Don't count chickens just yet. Don't count them just where you guys at. 64 points. Don't count them yet. You guys are doing good, right? But, don't count them. Don't count it yet. You still only, the Bruins are in the 8th seed. It's still only 6 points away. Like anything crazy can happen. Exactly, Craig. We'll be okay. Progress is scary to think we might see Barkov play. He's in. Don't worry about it. And that's the other thing is these guys are watching. They're watching Barkov bust his ass to get ready for a playoff run. They ain't gonna let him down. They're not gonna let him down. Plus, Bubba told me. Bubba promised. That's all that matters. So, all right, everybody. I'm gonna roll. Okay, I will be live tonight at 7 o'clock, most likely on this channel. We'll figure out, I'll leave a post, figure out what we're going to do. Just to hang out since we didn't have any games here for 2 nights in a row. So that'll be at 7 o'clock. I'll leave a link soon. And that's it, man. Just, it's all cool. It's all cool. Right? We're making the playoffs. I promise. Bubba said, all right. We're good. Trust me. Trust me. Y'all can flog me and clip it and just lay it all out there and tell me how wrong I was if it doesn't happen. All right, I'll just put it out there. We're making it. It's a guarantee. We're guaranteeing it. I didn't say a guarantee what's going to happen afterwards, but we're getting in. Chucky won't let us down unless he gets hurt again. Then the guarantee's off. I'm kidding. Well, yeah, if he gets hurt again, forget about it. All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you again in about 6 hours.